7:33, which mandates later start times for middle and high school start of 2016. Please explain your reasoning. Do you agree or disagree? Okay, we start with you, Ms. Thomas.
Well, the Martin County School District implemented that years ago.
That's okay, go ahead.
So it was, we only had to change really minutes to be in compliance. So it was like 5 minutes. So we've been doing that. We implemented that prior to the legislation. I don't know that there's.
So do you
I agree. I agree.
Now, the next question. Are you a parent or grandparent with a direct experience of having children or grandchildren enrolled or graduated in the Martin County school system?
We say agree if we did?
Yes. Have you had any? So both of you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to explain why?
So I think it's whether or not I have students that are in the district. So I currently have 2 students that are being educated in the Martin County School District at the district schools, not one of the charter schools and not through the scholarship. I actually tried to send my student with special learning needs to another school that was private, that had less oversight, and they had the McKay scholarship, and it was a really bad experience. And I learned my lesson very quickly, and they'll get their diplomas from Martin County.
So yes, all 3 of my kids attended public school in Martin County.
Okay. Given that gun violence, the leading cause of death among children, do you think arming teachers or administrators on campus is an effective solution to address this issue?
So I don't feel it's really appropriate for me to answer that. We've had this discussion as a board. I don't know if this will come back to us. There's another board member here, but if it does, then we'll have that discussion. But we've already voted on that as a school board many years ago, and we went at the direction of our sheriff, Will Snyder, to have school resource officers on every campus and 2 at every high school.
I very much disagree with it. I think that it's a way for people to avoid funding what really is the best option. So just like we have a funding issue for teacher pay and resources, then that they would be passing on another responsibility or another ask to teachers, and you would never have that in a different profession. I think there are, while I have so much respect for teachers and educators, there are several of them that I would not want to be carrying a firearm at school, and I would have more anxiety in that situation than I do right now.
Ms. Powell, you said that the school board has already voted on that. Could you just enlighten us a little bit, somewhat?
So we had a discussion, it's been probably more than 4 years ago, about how we were going to handle school safety. And as for myself, as a member of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission, we had lengthy conversations, and every school district is different. Every school district has different resources. We are very fortunate that in Martin County, we are supported by our sheriff, who contributes to fund our school resource officers in school, and it's really actually comes partially out of the sheriff's office budget, but it's appropriated by our county commission.
Do you think the separation of church and state is essential for a healthy democracy, and why do you hold this view? Do you agree or disagree?
Can you be a little more specific about that? Like, what do you mean church between, like, in what way?
The separation of church
Do you mean
and
that
state.
to
Church
not
and state are
allow?
separated.
So I am, again, a proponent of school choice. I am okay with parents choosing a religious private education through the school choice program. If that's what they want.
I'm very concerned about the existing blurring of lines between church and state. I think it's been a very important principle of the country for a very long time, and in a very short amount of time right now, those lines are being blurred, and I don't think that our funds should go towards any religious type of instruction at all. I would piggyback on saying that while I know that we are struggling with mental health resources within the schools, I would be against having chaplains in our schools because there is no really unifying body to regulate their ability to counsel in that way.
Should school board elections be partisan or nonpartisan, and why?
To me, that's an issue for the voters. You get an opportunity to decide, and I get an opportunity to cast my vote. So that'll be on the ballot in November. So the voters get to choose. I think that's the most effective way to determine that.
I think it's exceptionally damaging to public education to make it partisan. I very much wish that it could stay nonpartisan. I think that you also end up with people who have political agendas pushing them into public school policies, and it again connects back to that school choice. If you have a private organization that's educating students and getting a profit from it, and now you're making it partisan, that's messy. We, as community members, have always known that politics can be really shady, and now we want to bring it even more into our public schools is a horrible idea.
And now we're on part 3, where I receive questions from the community. Right, they should